Okay, hello. Uh, been trying to make this video for a couple of minutes now, or quite a while now, I should say. I'm finally to it. This is my second video on this stock. Last review I did was on Tuesday. Today's Friday, by the way, 15th of September. Yeah. Today I'm gonna start out with you guys on the daily chart. On Tuesday we were trading this candle to the upside right here. On Monday we created this swing low right here. What I explained in the video was my expectations to draw to this low right here and trade through it and close out this weekly fair value gap right here. We actually did that and did get quite a clean close right here, just a wick through it, and eventually traded all the way up and closed outside of the weekly fair value gap. We respected the bottom part of this fair value gap on Thursday's trading, and today's trading we opened up right at the midpoint, which I want to show you right here. On the chart we opened up right at the midpoint of the fair value gap and we traded a bit to the upside. We had a bit of rejection, but that's fine. Yeah, here we are, the end of the week. Candle still hasn't closed yet, so be aware of that. There's still 3 hours left of trading, so this review kind of depends on how we close this candle. But I want to say that I am expecting price, and I would prefer price, if we are bullish, to respect this fair value gap, weekly fair value gap, and trade to the upside. I have highlighted here in blue this weekly imbalance here we made when we were tracing here to the downside. And by the way, a couple of weeks ago, after we swept this high right here, I was talking about how we were gonna move to the downside. Well, we did so impulsively now by leaving this fair value gap, but what I would like to see here in the upcoming weeks is that we find support here at this weekly fair value gap. And really, I wouldn't like to see price trade down more than it already has, because we really have no purpose of doing that right now, since we have already covered all the prices here that were yet to be covered here in this area. Well, if we are bullish, what I would prefer to see is that we trade to and through this fair value gap and treat it as an inversion fair value gap. I would like to see us break this high, and at the bare minimum the next target would be here, the 500 mark. And note that the price here is displayed in the Icelandic krona and not dollars or something like that. It's the Icelandic krona. My target would be to trade at least to the 500 krona, Icelandic krona level. And my expectations, this is the bare minimum, note that this is the bare minimum, my expectations would be a little bit higher into this gap right here, volume gap right here on the 520 level to 550, 570, somewhere around that. This is quite a big gap, so don't take it too seriously. I mean, we could just trade to the 520, somewhere in between here. This gap is displayed here on the daily chart. I'm gonna show you. This is the gap I'm talking about. It's quite a big one as well. So I have highlighted this daily fair value gap right here, which I would prefer that we stay away from. If we trade to it, it doesn't necessarily mean we are bearish, because this daily fair value gap right here is inside of a, I'm just gonna remove this from the chart, but it's inside of a weekly fair value gap, so we could really get just a double tap into this one, and then we could see a move to the upside. But my preferred move is that we would go straight to the upside. Should we lose this fair value gap right here, make this as an inversion fair value gap, which I really wouldn't like to see, we could draw to these lows right here, these relatively equal lows, but I really wouldn't like to see that. My personal view is that the draw is still on the buy side liquidity here, and the weekly fair value gap right here. So in the last video I explained how this was a draw on liquidity here for the rest of the week. We were drawing to this fair value gap, and now we see that we are traded higher, a little bit higher. We are now at the 452 level, and I would like to see us trade impulsively to the upside from now on, and really try to claim this level right here, 620, which is far away though, and it really shouldn't happen like right now in the upcoming week or even weeks. But I would really like to see us try to trade towards that level now here in the future. This is my review now. As I told you before, I've highlighted daily fair value gap right here. We could get a double tap into this area. That's not the primary expectation, but it could really happen, as the markets are really the markets are never 100% sure. But the most likely scenario for me, and what I think is gonna happen in the upcoming weeks, is that we are gonna trade higher. We are gonna respect this fair value gap, treat this in the upcoming weeks as an inversion fair value gap. That's to say, if we in the next week or even the week after that, we need to trade through it here on the weekly chart and close through it for that to happen. So we are gonna see about that, and then my expectation would be that we are gonna claim this 500, 520, and even somewhere around here in the upcoming weeks. So yeah, that's my expectation. As long as we are not drawing towards these lows right here, that's gonna keep being my expectation. I got an entry here, a terrible fill at 447, and my initial position here is my first position is 431 of the bottom of the top of this fair value gap right here. So we are gonna see what's gonna happen in the next upcoming weeks. This is just my personal analysis. If you would like to make your decision, please base them on your own analysis and your own knowledge. Go to the charts, look through them yourselves, and make your decision based on that. I'm treating this as my personal journal. I need to feel committed to my predictions that I'm trying to make here, so I'm posting it here on my YouTube channel. If you made it through the video, then thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna be back next week. I might do some prep work on Sunday, but we'll see about that. I think it's more likely that I'll be here sometime mid next week to do a review. So yeah, if you made it through the video, then thank you so much for watching. Remember that this video is in no sense at all financial advice. I would so just keep that in mind, please. And yeah, thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.